Hello, all of you delightful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, currently as Asher the Labramon, and this is SCAR Dev, or DevTales as I tend to call these. But we're working on the SCAR system, or Stories and Creatures in Alternate Realities. This system is for playing as Pokemon, Digimon, Monsters from Monster Hunter, and more. And is available for open playtest over on our Discord or at itch.io. And we also have here today Conrad working on some 3D art. He's currently working on, I believe they're a lemur. But either way, it is a commission. And do remember that his commissions are open. So do grab one if you would like one. We are actually now offering the ability for you guys to fund custom throwables for the model and such. I mean, yeah, you got the plushes and the ducks that you can get, but like if you want to commission a chicken nugget to throw at me or something else that you may come up with, just you know, message me. Other objects are going to be much cheaper, the generic ones, but yeah. They're a great way to help out Conrad, because he, you know, could use a few funds. Hello, Ido! Also, we do have a tip goal set up for Whiskers again. I sent him funds yesterday. He placed an order. They completely messed up the order. Completely. From what I hear, the only thing that they actually got right was the water that his lizard needed. So, at least there's that. And as you all probably are very familiar, corporate greed, they fought back, they had to fight to get the refund, and it was going to be the 7 to 10 business days for the refund back to the card, and they needed food now, but at least they finally got it approved for store credit, so they can at least place the order again tomorrow. But they need the money, they need food today. So if you guys can help, there's the tip goal. Anyways, all of that rambling aside, let's get to the work. We have a few things to do here. Let me find where we are on our notes here. Alright, so we did decide that we were going to make a teleportation primeval feature. We did not come up with any details on that. Oh, hey there, Funky. We are going to be adding some stuff for telekinesis. That doesn't need to be there. Raharu noted down that we brought up multi-limbs, and it's like, no, that is way down the line of stuff we're gonna even think about for SCAR. It's a little difficult to balance when somebody's got, you know, 4 arms and wants to wield 4 weapons. Or more.
Wouldn't they just be making attacks and increasing negatives?
I don't know. I'm not even bothering to think about it right now. I'm just gonna work on other more important things.
That's fair.
At least I don't think anybody's playing as a Machop. That may wind up as a Machamp later.
I mean, even if they were, easy way to do it is like, bleh? Shrug at add 1 power to whatever they're doing with those limbs, I guess. Until a better solution can be thought of. But anyway, on to the subjects of today.
Yes. We have decided to remove initiative crash.
Initiative crash.
That wasn't the official name that it was given, but basically, if you wind up in the negatives on initiative, you could only reset your initiative, or do things to work towards resetting your initiative.
Ah, yes, I heard about this. I take it in getting rid of initiative crash that you just cannot go below initiative 1/initiative 0.
No, you can still go in the negatives. I still feel like there should be a penalty for that. Because after all, it kind of makes a initiative debuff build kind of pointless. If there's no penalty to it or something. Oh, Funky!
Detective Funky tipped $15 for Whisker's food.
Thank you so much for that tip, Funky. I really appreciate that. One sec. Alright. So yeah, we are going to be removing the initiative crash and bringing back the whole, even if the initiative is in the negatives, you will still be able to act.
Might I suggest, at minimum, they lose access to quick action.
I like that.
Because if you're getting your initiative debuffed, you are technically going slower and slower. It's not the same as, like, torpor, which is effectively sleep. This is the character reacting slower and being able to act slower in general. So having a negative initiative should at the very least take away the quick action that they have every turn. They could still perform quick action stuff, but it would require their standard action to do.
Yeah. I like this idea.
This means that an initiative debuff build or an enemy that debuffs initiative is very dangerous for characters that rely on having that extra quick action move or quick action maneuver or whatever they may have. Like Second Wind, actually.
Yeah. Alright, just wanted to post that for Tal and Era to weigh in on. I like that suggestion. We'll see if they reply, if you could keep an eye on that SCAR Dev channel for me. Watch out, Geemond. Gibgab might try and assassinate you. Or otherwise make it so you lose your streak. It is the only way he'll catch up. So, I will come back to the initiative crash stuff for now. Pending what they say. Next for what we worked on was the prime maneuver being turned into a standard action. Right, maneuvers are up this way. Oh my god, it's being sentient again.
Oh boy. uh, Actually, a sentient emote might be in order one day.
This maneuver may be used as a standard action. I have no idea, Hido.
I was gonna say, did you just want to cut the description? Since I assume it's going to still allow you to re-roll your combat initiative.
Yes.
Okay. In which case, yep.
Oh, right. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, that seems good to me.
So, we did bring up the idea of Prime basically locking in initiative buffs. Because, like, that is something that you can put into move and such. What if we still let it have a quick action, but the quick action basically turns a buff into just permanent addition?
That's an interesting idea, because if you really don't have anything else you're using your quick action on, Prime is quite literally the prime maneuver to use. So, yeah, why not if you have an initiative buff, and that way you can get that buff again if it happens to trigger on a move that gives you that buff. And that way you can still build initiative that way, just not nearly as ridiculously fast.
Yeah. Because that way, I mean, the reason why I'm okay with it being a quick action is, well, you've already spent an action to give yourself the buff in the first place. Because, you know, it would require at least a quick action to apply the buff in the first place. Probably standard as well on a lot of the time and such, so...
I don't see why not. Or at least to, like, tentatively try that.
Yeah, let's go in at that. Yeah, we'll make it a new paragraph. Because this will probably require a bit more explanation with what I'm thinking.
Wow. Wow, Geeman. Y'all are making the Quillbot defend itself.
To be fair, that is a threat that I could see 3 kobolds in a trench coat making.
Y'all.
There, how's that look?
Additionally, you may use this maneuver as a quick action in order to cement an initiative buff or debuff. Doing so would remove one stage of initiative buff or debuff, though it would not cause your initiative to change. This can be used to prevent your buff from being removed, or to then reset your initiative after removing the buff. This maneuver may be used multiple times. I can see how that might be slightly confusing as to, like, well, why would I ever want to cement a debuff? But it says in the paragraph prior, when you reset your initiative, buffs and debuffs apply to it. So if you use Prime as a quick action to cement a debuff and then use it again in order to reset your initiative, you're no longer suffering that debuff, so there's a very good chance you're probably not going to be in the negatives.
Precisely. I'll go ahead and put in parentheses here just to clarify a bit.
Oh boy, I can't wait to listen to the episode where 295 is from.
I don't remember myself.
Oh, and 293? Ah.
There, does that that little parenthesis section help explain? I suppose it probably should be its own sentence, but oh well.
I mean, yeah, it should probably be its own sentence, but eh. Yes, that does help explain, though. Just in case anyone happens to have goldfish brain as they are reading the maneuver. This also neatly puts second wind on the next page.
Well, as for where things are in the book, that will be solved later. Much, much later. Because
Yes.
I will be getting art for the book. You know, making it look all pretty and stuff, and that's what I will be primarily utilizing the art in order to be like, yeah, I don't like this section being split up between 2 pages. Let's go ahead and put some art here just to push it down.
That's fair. Wait, has Ren not returned?
I'm back.
Oh,
That took you a
welcome
while.
back.
Yeah, because I got something delivered today. New earpads for my headphones. I pulled them out gently, and the part that needs to be, attached to get the new earpads in broke.
Oh,
So, yeah. Not happy.
Oh dear.
I'm
I was
sorry.
hoping I was able to reattach it, but I'm having no luck.
That sounds like you were sent faulty product.
No, I had this about 3 to 4 years now, so it's more like I should have replaced it a lot earlier because it got stuck in their old earpads. That's
Oh,
why. Yeah,
okay, I misunderstood.
yeah. Like these headphones was amazing. Don't get me wrong. Had them about like 4 to 5 years now. I just wish I would have replaced them a lot earlier. Their earpads, I should say.
Understandable. The earpads of my headphones could use some replacing.
Yeah, that's kind of my fault, but still, it sucks. So, gonna buy new headphones! Yay!
Hug the pui.
Thank you.
Alright, so Tao would prefer reactions being removed. I don't like the idea of reactions being removed, though, because while useful, they're very situational.
Yeah. My thing with the reactions is, as far as I know, you can't really have a reaction move. Or if you do have one, that is purely by storyteller caveat. Usually,
That's
when
correct.
there is a reaction move, that is something that an enemy or a boss has. It's true that not being able to do reactions turns off the ability to attack of opportunity or
Hold actions.
yeah, or held actions. But again, you're right. It's very situational. I would say both or just quick actions, and out of that, just quick actions is the nicer of the two, because at least if you still have your reactions, you can do an attack of opportunity or you can hold an action. I would like to get Era's take on it as well. Like, more than just, myself and Taldarius.
Same. So before I go writing it, I will wait for Era's reply there. I think Era was the most against the initiative crash. Oh no, RTS Fest? But I have rent that I need to pay.
Wait, what happened?
Apparently it's Steam RTS Fest? I'm not seeing that on my Steam page.
I don't have Steam here, so eh.
I guess
How
at
long
the
do you-
least I can look at it and add stuff to my wish list.
Frost Husky, I got a nuke just waiting to sink the himbo ship. Just you watch. I am saving my time and plotting.
There, made the parentheses thing its own sentence, but there we go. I think we're done with the Prime.
I think you're right. I do believe we're done with Prime for now.
until we come in with another update for it and attempt to balance it. But to be fair, the problem wasn't so much balance as it was just ridiculous, because we had a boss encounter with basically brand new fresh characters in the Digimon game. And we were sitting there, like, everybody was using Prime every turn because they had no quick actions to use. And it was just silly.
Yeah. I noticed during, I believe it's the episode 8 fight against the Spiritomb, that very frequently it came up, well, why not just Prime?
Yeah, so that's why I kind of was like, yeah, we should move it away from being a quick action. Cataclysmo is really good, Gab. I need to do more of that. Honestly, between They Are Billions and Cataclysmo, I think I prefer Cataclysmo.
That's the city defense, like, base builder that's kind of fantasy, kind of hex tech. Do I have that right?
Yes, kinda. And you build walls block by block in whatever formation you want and stuff. And you can get some insane, you can get them insanely tall.
Doesn't that become a problem if keystones get obliterated?
Depends on how you build it, but yes. I will say my one complaint with it is that the blocks above just get destroyed instead of what would realistically happen of, hey, the monsters destroyed the bottom of the wall. Well, now a bunch of giant blocks of stone are falling down, crushing them.
Yeah. I wonder if they couldn't figure out a good way to make that work and also let you, like, rebuild after and it not be a nightmare.
Well, I mean, I'd be okay with the blocks disappearing afterwards.
Yeah, that was my first thought, but oh well.
But it still should at least do some crushing to the enemies below. Because walls don't disappear when you break the bottom of them. They fall. And they crush.
This is why, during a siege, if they were going to bring down a wall, they often had their people clear the space, or they left the expendable fodder there.
And another thing that we settled on was the attribute scale. Here it is. I am on page 13. by the way.
Yep. Fun fact about Google Docs, I can just click your icon and jump to you.
Oh, I did not know that.
I
Cool.
found that out today. Because I was searching for you, it's like, I wonder if I click.
There. That makes sense?
Yes.
Alright. Hello there, Zolette. Aw, sorry to hear, Frostusky. Yeah, generally streams are just easier to watch on a proper computer, unfortunately. Yeah, one thing we're gonna have to do is replace all of these rules boxes and note boxes. Because something that was brought up to me that is definitely a problem, you can't search for what's inside them.
Oh no. You can't control F the rule boxes?
No.
Oh.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised about that.
Oh man.
I'm probably going to... Well, I am going to turn them into basically tables. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, but, gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's sad. Because they look
Yeah,
nice.
they do.
Maybe, in a moment, I'll play around with those a bit.
Are we sure we don't want to play around with teleportation first?
does sound like fun. Definitely a lot more fun than messing with this. God, tables are annoying.
And possibly a smidge more entertaining for the audience.
I don't know, I think the audience might be more entertained by listening to me rage at it.
What do you think, chat? Should we do the immediately fun thing, or be responsible adults? Mala, your vote doesn't count. Because, Mala, you are irresponsible by default.
That is very true.
And how can I trust the moth to have, you know, an honest vote when they want to be a brat all the time? "99% of the time, Mala, can constitute as all the time." Also, given Ido's reaction, I'm thinking they want you to suffer later, because later suffering is usually harder suffering.
Wait, what? How did that make sense?
Ren, have you ever procrastinated on something you didn't want to do, but you absolutely 100% had to do it later?
Oh, now I get it. Yep. I've done that too many times to count. Myself.
Yup. When you do it immediately, you generally are grumpy but suffer less. But when you do it later, like many of us are prone to do, you are grumpy and suffer more.
No, I'm grumpy, except for more, and then I get that satisfaction that I did it in time still. Ha! In your face time.
Yes, Frost Husky, it is called homework. Homework is supposed to teach us responsibility, and all it really does to people is teach them that they want to put off the thing that they don't want to do until later, and they can still do it at the last minute, and it'll be fine. And that's not how it works, and also ends up being less satisfying.
Okay, well, I already made a new one, and I actually kind of like how it looks better.
Oh.
That was nowhere near as painful as I thought it would be.
And that is the other thing. Sometimes the things that we think are painful aren't actually all that painful.
Because, yeah, you got this, the top one, which is the new version, and then the bottom one, which is the old. I think it actually looks better.
Can you search in the new one? That is the real test.
I would assume so, but, yes! Yes, you can.
Yes!
Yay! Success!
Excellent. Now the only pain is doing that to all the boxes.
So, Key, remember how I made you a developer? I'm gonna need your Google email to give you access.
This hamlet shall not fall.
If you honestly want my
Reasonable
Gmail
underscore
to
X
give me
rated
editing
my stream
access,
with
I'll give
6
it to you.
viewers.
Oh! I did not realize you streamed Reasonable Rex. Hello there. Thank you very much for that raid. Welcome in. Ugh. Probably should have assumed you streamed, but either way, hello, welcome in everybody. How was your stream? Would you like a random clip from your channel brought up? Warning? Oh no.
My mushrooms, Moscow. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
Thank you for saying it correctly.
Your own. She picked up.
Zero.
She's running around with your elephant while she's on fire. Your elephant just looks so
Ah, Helldivers, very nice. We do that on occasion here. But yeah, welcome in everybody. I am Razim. I'm not actually the one doing the art. I manage for multiple artists myself. We've got Conrad here today, who is doing the art at the moment. He's working on a 3D model commission, and his commissions are open, by the way, everybody, if any of you would like to pick one up. Otherwise, for myself, I am working in the upper right there on our tabletop system that we've been developing. Oh, alright, enjoy your food. But yeah, I'm working on our own tabletop RPG system called SCAR. For playing as Pokemon, Digimon, Monsters from Monster Hunter, and more. Otherwise, we do have multiple artists that come and join us throughout the week. We've got... We've got multiple games that I do here. A lot of tabletop games. Pathfinder, several Pokemon games, a Digimon one, another Digimon one starting this Saturday. And yeah. So, do hit that follow button. Come join us again. And for those already here, go check out Reasonable Rex. And
I will do that when I get my computer back.
To make note that you are streamer and go edit the last recording to put you in. Alright. So yeah, that note box looks much better.
Yes,
And
yes it does.
if you are willing, I will absolutely give you access to go edit all of those. Or replace them all. Actually, I can probably handle that.
You sure? I was going to say, I have no idea how you formatted it that way, but I would be willing to help.
It would literally just be a matter of me copy-pasting and stuff to get it all set up. I'll probably do it on the side while doing tabletop.
Razim feed Whiskers Razim coins.
Okay.
Thank you so much for that tip, Ido. Thank you for the support.
Well, before we move on, I'm going to go grab a pudding.
Okay, in that case, I'll work on the rules boxes as well. First rule, Ren is cute.
No, then everyone would see that. Everyone would see that.
You know, now that you mention that, I am very tempted to actually put that as a rule in the rule book. I have this power.
Oh my god, the quote! God dang it! That's freaking what happened recently?
What was that?
The quote that Geeman did.
Oh yeah, that was one of my rants about how in 5th edition it is easier to make an entirely new body for somebody than it is to reattach or replace a missing limb.
Yep.
Okay, I return.
Welcome back. Oh, no, not that.
Welcome back.
Oh, right. I just remembered that I need to add a certain buoy as a palamute.
Hmm? Yep.
Well, yeah. Don't you remember the stream where we decided that you would make an excellent, if very teasable guard?
Yes, I do remember that. I didn't think you would go with it, though.
You think I would lie?
No. I just didn't think it would happen? Question mark?
Yes, Geemond. It will include rules for resurrection.
I think primeval magic would be one of the only ways you could get resurrection outside of the storyteller's setting having, say, the magic bonking stick of out of death jail you go. It's a Pakesh. Hello, Pakesh.
Hey, Pakesh.
Hi, Pakash.
My only issue with these new rules boxes is the fact that I cannot make the corners rounded. Unless there is a way to do that, and I don't know it.
That's fair. The rounded corners are really nice looking, which is why it's sad you can't use those boxes.
Yep, agreed.
Hey, Ren, do you want a last name?
The only thing that popped in my head is Renzel.
Wanted to be sure.
Oh, I am not the only one that has looked this up. Rounded table corners. Uh... Select the cells I want to change. Insert a rounded rectangle shape. Okay, open object. Maybe it's in tape. Oh, no, that's not.
Good evening, Kenku.
Hey, Kenku.
Hi, Kenku.
Oh, that's very... Damn it. Why must everything be a frickin' video? I can't watch a video right now.
Aww.
I'm afraid the rounded corners will probably need to wait.
Or, I send the video to you, you watch it and then walk me through it.
I can do this.
There.
Oh, it's only 4 minutes. This will be easy.
Famous last words, he has cursed us.
30 minutes later. Okay, now you do this and this. Okay, we got this down. Now Livy, you have to do this.
By the way,
Huh.
Demon, do you like your new icon? You never replied to me.
Demons! How
And now you
dare
don't check your DMs. And I don't like the sounds of that, huh?
So, insert object drawing.
Okay. I'm in the drawing.
You want a rounded rectangle.
Shape. Okay. Do I just do it? And there we go.
Yep. Yep. You can change its color. You can also give it a border.
Well, I guess we'll see how this looks. That deleted the table.
Ah, hang on. You want to make the background transparent.
Still no table. Alright, let me try this.
Click rounded rectangle. Ah, and you can choose to put it in behind or in front of text. So once you've created that rounded rectangle and put it in, you can select the rounded rectangle and choose effectively whether it's in front of or behind things.
Oh, so basically this becomes the, Okay, I think I'm seeing what I'm supposed to do here.
Yep, still watching the video just in case.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I think you're doing it as it's meant to be done.
Yeah. That will take a lot of playing around with to get it right.
Yeah, for now at least getting things transcribed is the priority.
Yeah. We'll
That
just
looks-
leave it. We'll just leave it this way.
Yeah, that looks very tedious to do for every single one right now.
Yeah. Quote for back potato.
Be right back real quick.
Sorry about that. Was getting food given to me.
Ooh, food.
I have no idea what this is called, but these chicken, potatoes, and sauce and seasoning, and smells amazing, and it is too hot to eat, and I am very sad because I am very, very hungry now.
Is it baked or mashed potatoes, and what kind of chicken?
Cut up potatoes.
Oh. Is it roasted style chicken? Is it like grilled style chicken?
I have no idea.
Okay, I don't have a name for it. It's literally just chicken and potatoes with sauce, and that alone is delicious. I'm jelly.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay, that's hot, but so good. Holo says they are creamy potato and chicken,
Oh.
but no real specific name on it.
Oh, that makes me want to have creamed corn.
Ooh, creamed corn is good.
Hot creamed corn with salt and pepper.
I am so happy that I have food right now.
I already devoured a bag of chips. I feel fat.
Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong here. Okay. We're going to increase the cell padding to that. That looks better. I am unfortunately not going to be able to just copy paste out of the drawing boxes with this setup, but I think it'll be fine.
It should be fine. It's just going to end up being a bit time consuming.
Yep.
I hate it when different fonts have different actual sizes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that does suck.
The play font that I used for the titles on these, like this is 11 font size. Meanwhile, the Helvetica is at 9 font size. And it looks to be the same size.
Yeah. And that's actually really bothersome for when I do notes, because for some reason, like, one of my game note documents has a weird default on it for the size of the text when I want it to stay at like 11 or 12, I forget the number, which is the same as the other notes document that I do. But it keeps defaulting back to being smaller, and I notice it, and it bothers me every single time.
I will say you can update, you can adjust the defaults for the various normal text and whatnot on Google Docs if that's what you use. And then you can use your default styles. Like anytime you start up a new document, anytime I start up a new document, I just click that and go to use my default styles, and there's everything there for anytime I need to do something with SCAR. Sorry about the quietness. I was eating while also updating the stream because Conrad needed to go for a bit. He should be back later, though. But how does this look to you?
Are you asking me or Keaton? Or both
Both.
of us? Let me see here.
I mean, I think it looks fine. It's not as nice as the previous one, but if you can search the new one, then it's fully functional.
I agree with that. It didn't look as nice as the other one, but if it's a lot more functional, then that'll probably be the better solution.
Can you get an indent at the beginning? Or no?
Yes, I can do an indent. I wasn't sure about keeping that or not.
I'm also not sure, but seeing them both with it. Probably not with an indent, if only because the way the new table is set up, the sentences are actually ever so slightly closer together vertically.
I think if it had the round edges, it'll probably be better with an indent, but without that, I don't think it's needed.
Yeah.
Sorry, run that by me again?
Now, you wanna go first or should I? Key.
No, I was agreeing with you.
So, since it doesn't have the round edges with the new text box, it doesn't look as good with the indents than without. So I would just remove the indents entirely for this one.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was feeling with this.
Yeah. What I was saying is that I noticed that maybe it's just me being visually weird, but to me it looks like the old ones, the regular text in the old ones is spaced ever so slightly more vertically between the lines, whereas they are slightly closer together in the new ones.
No, I think you were right. The new one is they're squished more together. No, you're right.
Is very slight.
There.
Oh,
Much better.
yeah, that's perfect.
Alrighty. Well, let's go and get rid of that. And there we go.
Bye-bye, Tex. We'll miss you.
Now for the fun.
Doing it to the rest of them?
Huh?
Doing it to the rest of them now?
No. Absolutely not. No. Fuck
No. Zim has earned a treat.
Let's work on teleportation rules. I think what we will start with is move teleportation.
Are we removing that as a move trait?
No.
Oh, good.
So the teleportation that you can use with moves will be it'll be faster, but considering that we are adding a new because it was also meant to encompass out of combat teleportation, you know, like Abra using teleport.
E.
But I never really liked that idea.
Rank up. Hold the line.
Chrysovo!
This hamlet shall not fall.
Hello! How are ya? I do have amazing lung capacity. For those
You
that
do,
may be
Master.
interested.
You really do, Master.
But yeah, I hope you had a good time over there, Chrisovs. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome on in, everybody. I am Razim, and we are currently working on our SCAR system. And it's going well. We have gotten a few things done. But we are thinking about teleportation right now. I did bring up, last Thursday how I think we should reduce the cost of teleport. Considering it is currently 50 XP.
It is very expensive.
It is powerful in that it does not provoke an attack of opportunity. But it also requires, you know, you gotta also pick up ranges.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, now I see. Okay.
It can only teleport within the range of the move. The space has to be unoccupied, which, you know, that should be a given. And it depends, because the thing with teleport is that's really useful for playing out the power fantasy of doing the whole teleportation assault archetype of movement.
Teleports behind you.
Teleports behind you. But yes.
So, if we get teleports, but they never got any feats to upgrade their range, what is their starting point for teleportation? Oh.
Well, if there are no range improvements to a move, you would only be able to teleport to an adjacent square.
And now I see why Master wants to at least. Okay, now I completely see why.
Now, mind you, that is still hilarious.
What? You only get teleportation, but never have the feats?
Well,
Well, they're
imagine
not
using.
feats, they are move traits, but
Move traits, yeah.
Well, imagine this. It could be a good repositioning tool. Technically. Imagine using a Fury move with teleport, where you just teleport around your target every time you attack.
But would that be worth 50 experience points for it?
No.
Yeah.
Mind you, I can understand the high price, as teleport is probably something that should be reserved for characters that are a little later along the power scale.
And we don't want to put it too cheap where anybody can just pick it up immediately either.
Correct. But I believe, as the playtesting has continued, we have learned 50 is prohibitive.
right now it is the same cost as being able to true heal somebody.
And if I'm gonna be honest, I don't see it as safe as having that same kind of utility.
No.
Especially if you need to buy the, oh, it's not feats, you just said it earlier.
Range.
Range, yes.
I would put it at 30, maybe.
I was thinking about either 30 or 35, around there.
Because at 30, it becomes on par with a guaranteed condition, with amped on self, insulated on self. What else do we have here? And draining over time. All of which are active and very usable effects that are not just movement that avoids an attack of opportunity. Mind you, avoiding an attack of opportunity can be quite strong, but I'm not sure if it's strong enough to merit 50, especially if we remove the out-of-combat effect.
Well, I do have a question. How much are the range feats? No, I keep saying feats. Oh, utility.
Trades. Short range is 10, medium is 15, and long is 20.
And you need to purchase them in sequence if you want to get long.
Yes.
So you would be spending just to have long range teleport.
Real quick, go ahead, Geeman. Get in here.
Yeah, that would be very helpful considering they have a teleport move.
True.
But yeah, long range and teleport alone is 95 experience.
Hi.
Jeez.
Coral.
Hello.
So, yeah. Pyro has a teleport move right now that has a restriction based on only shadows.
Well, as far as that goes, that is a storyteller thing. We're not putting any such restrictions here.
Yeah.
But considering the cost to actually make it useful, and all it's doing is removing attack of opportunity. Otherwise, it's basically a flavor thing. Also, you cannot take anybody with you.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is it's only you.
Wow, okay.
Which technically means that Pyro using it means he leaves Edge behind.
No, Edge counts as part of his equipment.
Yeah, tell Edge that.
Edge doesn't have to agree for it to be true.
Actually, on second thought, yes, actually do tell Edge that. Little asshole going in and like, you're a threat. Spending time with you is a threat. Yeah, Edge basically told that to Squirrel.
Grumpy little butter knife.
But yeah, with all of that put in, I would probably say 30 then. I would agree with you on Key on this now. If that's all the teleport can do.
You get an awful lot of cool points for having a move that lets you teleport.
It also allows you to basically move around without taking a movement maneuver. So there's also that.
Yes, which is part of why I didn't say anything less than 30. Because being able to move as part of, well, a move is quite strong.
And nice. Because it's Pyro's main method of movement in combat.
Actually, if anything, since charge is a maneuver these days.
Vari, why don't you join voice so you can explain what you mean by that, please?
Okay,
Yay,
yes,
we're getting
that
a
would
group
be-
together.
Hooray! But yeah, teleport is just basically being able to move as part of a move without getting, say, the benefits of a charge.
Yeah, I want to hear your take on this, Vari, because, like you said, you've got you had a move for that. I also want, because yeah, we got charge, and you can move towards them.
One question, can you use a move with teleport to teleport another creature?
No.
Okay. Compulsory evacuation device is not a thing.
So, is there any traits that does allow that, or no?
Moving another enemy? I believe there's a reposition trait.
Ah,
There are several.
Yes.
You can drag a target towards you. You can knock them away from you. You can push yourself away from them.
But
You
those
can
are-
swap places with them.
but those are all utilities you have to buy.
Yes.
Yes. And in
Okay.
fact, technically swap... Oh, wait, swap can only be used on a move that targets an adjacent square, isn't that right? Let me
Pretty
look.
sure that's what we put it as.
It will only cause those affected by it to move 5 feet closer to the other if they are not adjacent to each other at the start of using it. Similar to drag, if they're not adjacent, then there must be at least one unoccupied space for the movement. So swap basically lets the characters magnetize to each other and then swap places. That is amusing.
That is very amusing.
For the sake of balance, Vari, I think we are going to very much keep teleport to just who you are. Just to you yourself. Because if we start adding in stuff for AoEs and whatnot, it's
can
gonna get out of hand.
Yeah,
And
it's gonna
gonna
get
make
messy.
the cost of it so much more complex.
Yeah. And the reason Edge gets away with it is because Edge also counts as a weapon, so...
Where is the move priority?
But of course, if the storyteller wants to allow you to do that,
Okay. So the other thing is that we must keep in mind is teleport is priority 1, which means it will always trigger first in the sequence of move programming. So, given the way that things are, you cannot have a move, do a thing, and then you teleport away.
That is a very good point.
Oh, that changes Pyro's thing a little bit.
Yes. If you want to have a move that you do a thing and then move away, you need pushback.
Is the way Pyro's thing currently works is roll accuracy to see if you even teleport to the spot, and then teleport to spot and then attack.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I can see doing it that way, but also I don't think that's how teleport is intended.
No, it is not. You would teleport to them, then you roll your accuracy to see if you hit them. Because if you really think about it, rolling to see if you hit them from the other side of the... Okay, so you're trying to use Edge, your sword. Yeah, I'm going to roll to see if I hit them with my sword. You're on the other side of the battlefield. Well, yes, but if I roll really well, then I teleport to them, and I know for sure I hit them. You see the flaw there? You know.
And hi, Rari. Welcome in.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, God. This is gonna be annoying.
Yep, I see it now.
Yeah, there's reasons why certain things are set up the way they are.
Edge becomes an extremely long sword.
Wow.
I'm sure he would probably brag about having had a really long sword before he became a sword, but
Oh my goodness.
Boy.
Wow.
I didn't realize that you slotted in longsword A, B, and C.
so yeah. What are your thoughts on teleport there, Vari?
Well, as it is with the 50, it definitely is a bit prohibitive, to say the least, because yeah, I built a full action move that had 100% chance of steal, guaranteed condition, stealth, long range, 5-foot radius sphere, and teleport. And that is 192 experience
Jeez.
on a dynamic move. And, well, it didn't really have any major use, so it was kind of just, oh well. But yeah, it's the fact that you have to both spend the 50 and buy ranges definitely makes it rough, because yeah, like let's see, yeah, you have to be what 20 attribute to get that to where you can have a teleport move that is short range, and just teleport in short range as a swift action. You have to have 20 attributes.
You know, that is a very, very good point.
What about needing 20 attributes?
Oh my god.
Yeah, in order to get that on a swift action move.
Sorry. Ido is back to being Secretary Bird.
Oh.
I swear, he gets hit with so many bird forms. There are so many things you can wind up as with this bot. And yet, for some reason, Ido seems to attract all the bird ones.
Now, to be fair, a swift action teleport would be spectacular and overpowered, in some aspects potentially. But yeah, with how expensive it is, you're not gonna see that until like late in game for a lot of things.
Okay.
Yeah, you would need like.
I'm thinking we need to go back to the drawing board altogether with teleport. First off, I would say instead of range bands, it is based on your personal movement speed.
Oh. Okay.
Because most often when you use it, you're trying to go for the I am melee and I am trying to close the distance.
Yeah, that's what Pyro's doing.
Yeah, and with the way it works currently, there really isn't a reason for anyone who is a range style combatant to utilize teleport.
And yet they need to purchase the range bands, and the range bands themselves are like... One sec.
45 total for long range.
Yeah, 10, 15, 20, I believe.
Well, I'm not talking about the XP. I'm talking about... Or what I was going to talk about was, technically speaking, you're making a ranged move. So you teleport and then throw a firebolt. That's kind of the idea behind what you have to build to actually use teleport.
Yeah, like the one that I built was I steal, or rather, I teleport and then steal something in that range, which is fun. That's yeah. But for particular reasons, tofu was not allowed.
I think you were allowed to do it once, maybe twice.
Yeah, but it was just to use it as a mobility aid.
Yeah.
I might also be thinking of it a little too rigidly.
So yeah, I am thinking we remove the... We make it where it is strictly your movement range. However, you can purchase the range bands in order to increase the range you can use it with. But doing so... it'll probably be an either one or the other kind of thing that will explain the teleport move. Or teleport trait description. You're either expanding your range or you're teleporting and then using a ranged move. Or ranged attack. Because I don't necessarily want to limit it only to melee moves, but at the same time, because we are...
Oh, go ahead.
We are, you know... the whole point of this is we've given you a box of Legos. If you want to build yourself a character that teleports and then uses Fireball, go for it. but
Telepal.
Teleball. Let's go down and play Teleball.
Da 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 da. Teleball.
For some reason, that reminds me of a mage game at a LARP that I used to play.
Oh no.
In that every once in a while, someone would request to play Porch of Doom, which is everybody on the porch that happens to be standing gets a Doom, the spell. And usually a lot of screaming and people running off of the porch.
Okay then. But yeah. Definitely the cost needs to be brought down.
Oh yeah.
I am thinking 25 XP.
Okay, yeah. Because
That is the lowest I would put it. I'm still personally in the camp of 30, but
The reason why I'm thinking that is like short range is only 10 XP. And short range is almost it is just short at character creation, which is not meant to last long. You are meant to get to 10 attributes pretty quickly. Oh, hey there, Era. Oh, you gave response? Let me look.
yeah, I think 30 would probably because that would mean that you could just get a move with just that at 10 and be fine. 10 attribute. I mean.
So, Era, I see that you are a hard no on the initiative, the combat initiative. However, it kind of makes debuffing somebody pointless. With, you know, debuffing initiative pointless. We did change the prime maneuver, though. The plus 10 initiative is a standard action now, but we were talking on Thursday. We never actually firmed up any details on it, but the prime maneuver, we were talking about being able to basically cement initiative buffs or debuffs. So you remove the buff or debuff, and your initiative does not change, but you can use a quick action to remove the buff or debuff, leave your initiative where it was with those buffs or debuffs, and then you could use it again to reset your initiative. So basically, Prime has a mechanic in it now of a quick action to basically guarantee cleanse an initiative debuff. In a way. So it'll be a lot easier for somebody to get out of initiative crash. And either way, losing quick attack or a quick action is a relatively minor penalty. But it is still a penalty for being in the negatives on initiative. Then is this something that we're going to need to go with majority rules on, Era? How is it just better stun?
Hang on, let me look at stun. Because he may have a point.
Stun specifically gets rid of a standard action. But at the same time, Era, people have literally no reason to get rid of an initiative debuff.
Aside from turn standing.
Well, okay, so what Era's saying does kind of make sense in that yeah, like stun I mean it's just the one turn, right? Whereas as long as you're stuck in that that state of negative initiative, you're losing your quick action every turn, right? Until you burn a standard action. Which you might not be in a situation where you can burn a standard action for whatever reason.
So in which case, Era, if everybody's getting debuffed down to the bottom of the initiative tracker, you're all still in line.
Well, the other problem that he just pointed out is with bosses, which generally will have 2 initiatives. And if everyone has been debuffed down that low, the boss is getting 2 turns off before anyone does anything. And he does have a point of how frequently are we going to end up in that situation where everyone is going to be that debuffed and they're all going to end up in line.
Yeah, it's usually probably going to be just one person that's gonna be in the suck situation.
Except without any penalty to it, it doesn't suck.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that there's got to be something aside from action economy that you can do instead or something. I don't know, because
that is a good point. And The more I'm thinking about this with the context, quick action is very penalizing, especially if it's a quick action to cement the buff or debuff.
Okay, what about Tal's suggestion of removing reactions?
Yeah, I think that would be better.
I'm definitely thinking now that reactions is probably a better penalty. Because then all you're losing is an attack of opportunity or held actions. And at least it's something. And also, it's not going to necessarily hamstring someone. Because I'm very hesitant on considering anything numerical being penalized from the player because their initiative is negative. But I do agree with you that some form of penalty or something small that makes the debuff actually like dangerous to have outside of turn standing to incentivize like clearing it if you can.
Yeah, because I know I personally would just... I would personally just go with whatever. I don't... If I get debuffed and there's no penalty for being down there, I'm not going to bother wasting an action to try and get out of it.
Yeah.
And I might be the minority on that for players, but I feel like I've got much better things to do with my turn than just getting rid of a debuff that has no actual penalty.
In a lot of other systems, yeah, that's kind of how it is. Like Pathfinder, like it's nice to go first, but if you're like not immediately first, it doesn't really matter.
Well, also, Pathfinder does not have as many tools to meddle with your initiative as SCAR does.
Yeah.
Especially... So, this is very unlikely to happen to someone who has the initiative primeval feature. And Era's right, it does depend on your character build. It may just be that Zim has not had a character that could really use a positive initiative. But say you play a character that's got the initiative primeval feature, being in negative initiative is terrible because you cannot use that feature at all.
Yeah, that is true.
Bear in mind, several of the features' abilities that you can get, you can trigger as a free action, but you need to have the initiative to spend. Which... That is a thought.
Oh?
We have an initiative primeval feature. Why do we not give it something to do with negative initiative?
What do you mean?
Like an ability to...
Go on.
Some kind of ability that benefits from being in negative initiative?
Either something that benefits from being in negative initiative or lets you utilize negative initiative. And I very much get Era's stance about not wanting to punish a person for the system that they have to use that ensures they get a turn. I also understand Zim's stance of, if there's no reason to have this debuff, why do we have this debuff? We should give the debuff a reason to exist. My thought is, if we are going to minimize or otherwise make there not be a punishment outside of turn order for having negative initiative, why don't we give negative initiative a purpose with the initiative primeval feature?
I'm not against this idea.
So maybe a, like, defensive effect of some sort?
Well,
So you're kind of, like, hunkering down and...
that is a thought. One of my thoughts is you're always manipulating your initiative. What if you decided to give your negative initiative to the person you're fighting?
Here, have all this negative initiative you debuffed me with.
It would be a higher cost ability, but the thought I'm having is higher cost ability, one that probably has prerequisites in other abilities, but just resetting your initiative to 0 and chucking the negative at a target.
I'm thinking, are they just time wizards? Yeah.
Yeah, like, that was the thing that I was immediately thinking there, too. So.
Well, that came from Era, but...
I mean, are they not?
Oh yes. In this chronological instance, this is the best possible action.
Yeah, just hooking into the speed force.
So... I understand having a hard stance there. Oh, well, I guess he walked away, so I probably can't hear, but... There are a few things where people have hard stances and just, unfortunately, kind of have to let them go. Like, I still am not fond of the idea of true healing being accessible, period. Or at least unlimited true healing. But that is the way we develop the system, and people are right that we can't just randomly put in limits like that. Still bothers the hell out of me, but...
But it is working for people. And yeah, this may be an instance where we just won't be able to find a good way to enact a penalty for negative initiative. So we simply have to turn the problem on its head.
Well,
How do we
he
make
says
it
Era did say he was less against penalty, removing reactions. Tal
that's-
suggested removing reactions.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most reasonable way to handle it, because yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best middle ground we're gonna find.
Yeah.
It might be something to consider revisiting later, but
Yeah,
Um,
and this is why we're still playtesting. If it becomes apparent that even penalizing reactions is not good, then it can always be revisited later.
exactly. Exactly. That said, I do like the idea of the brain work with me.
Defensive stance on negatives.
Not necessarily that. I'm leaning the route of trading your negative initiative with somebody else. I don't know how high I would want that cost to be, considering that, it's a very situational thing. And we are going to be very firm that you cannot use any of your abilities in the primeval feature to put yourself into negative. So they would have to have a move or something to debuff, a self debuff or something.
If it wasn't, well, it also depends on if this is swapping your negative initiative for somebody else's positive initiative, or if you're just applying your negative initiative to someone else. Because swapping depending on the context, one is better than the other. But I could see it being less expensive, since you can't really use your abilities to put yourself into negative initiative using the initiative thing. You need initiative to spend. You can't have initiative debt and expect to use those abilities.
Exactly.
Which is why I tried to suggest it the way I did, in that you chuck your negative initiative at somebody else and get to effectively reset your initiative to 0. You're neither in debt nor are you positive.
I am thinking, for the sake of simplicity, we would probably do it that they can use... What I'm thinking is opposed initiative skill checks. Which obviously, if somebody's got the initiative primeval feature, they're probably going to win that roll. But, because I would assume that they would, put a lot into their initiative skill. But either way, opposed checks there. And if you roll higher than them, your initiative goes up by 10, theirs goes down by 10. Just to keep it simpler, because, we don't really want to slow things down by having okay, they've got, I don't know, 5 initiative, and they're getting added 28 or something.
That's fair.
So just dealing with 10s makes it simpler and keeps it more in line with everything else. And it doesn't, Okay, Era. Yeah, I think we'll do reactions, and I am liking the idea of being able to basically swap, you go up by 10, they go down by 10. Do we want there to be a chance, if they fail to roll higher than their target, they go down by 5 more? Or do we want to not have risk a penalty there?
I don't think we want to risk penalty, especially because there is already a penalty associated with negative initiative, and you don't want to end up with someone who has terrible luck backsliding eternally into chronomancy oblivion.
Okay. So, yeah. We don't want to penalize Ren. Got it.
I didn't want to name names.
Negative 100 initiative.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Evil initiative primeval feature capstone ability. At negative 100 initiative, you swap the initiative bar around and are suddenly the fastest.
True, Era. He has been blessed. Yes. When Ido sent me that art, I was like, okay, so I'm never gonna be sharing this. And then Red actually rolled somewhat decently.
Yeah, that art was adorable.
Agreed.
No, he got blessed and then died.
It's okay. Take heart, little Wee. Everything will be fine.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and put this stuff into place. Where was that? Flow and mechanics.
Era, you want French fries.
French fries are really good. Damn it, now I want French fries.
Had them for lunch. Okay. Taco. Or burrito.
We must burrito the Asher.
I mean, there is a card for that.
Sandwich is also good.
Alright, how's that wording?
When in the negative for your initiative standing, you are still able to perform your turns as normal. However, you will no longer be able to utilize any reactions. Thus, if an attack of opportunity were triggered or you wanted to hold your action, you would be unable to do so. This seems fine.
Also, I think I'm gonna hop back into the regular chat.
Okay.
Regular chat?
Okay.
The Twitch chat.
Well, we're about to get back to teleport.
Oh.
This was just a quick aside because Era was here. Yeah, I still plan to go back to teleport.
Okay.
Alright, so highlight that like that. Cross all of this. Oh no, I'll leave that. You know what? I'll just delete that now. Considering it'll be gone in 10 days anyways.
Ah.
It was purple highlight and was crossed out and yeah. Why sorry? I wanted to figure it out. And yes, Sarah. Huge respect points earned for Ren on that. And also, you know, the fact he didn't throw a fit over his character dying. I've had a lot of players that did that.
I did hear from the heavens.
And yeah, Era, I saw that you saw that we got somebody interested in watching Recallers.
Oh,
Yeah, someone new to the community.
I am so pleased with that.
nice.
And they want to start from the very beginning too.
Yeah.
That's always a wonderful feeling when someone comes in, finds the thing is like, no, I don't want the recap. I want to watch it from the beginning.
I kind of hope that they go into Wild Traditions, Beerus. Because that's still ongoing, and I want them to be able to come and watch things live. But I do want them to go check out other stuff eventually as well. I'm going to remove that. Why is this all the way over there? Time to probably break things.
Well, Nala, like, Oleron's great. It is great. I had great fun playing Darren. But also, I understand why not as many people give it a look.
You're struggling to stay interested in Wild Traditions? Really? Fair enough.
I mean, people have different interests.
Well, the other thing is, it's different watching the recording than it is watching it live.
True. True.
I don't know. I mean, Gibcap and Mala seem to have no issues with that.
I mean, yes, but for some people, it's just harder to watch the recording than to watch it live. I'm one of those people. Also, it's a matter of time for me, but since I have earbuds, I can just listen to it at work.
Yee. Alright, so, let me make a note real quick to go back and Alright, initiative crash removed. Add initiative feature for negative initiative. Closed. Checks. +10, -10. That should be enough notes for what we discussed there. Alright, back to teleportation. So we were discussing lowering the cost and changing it where it is based on your character's movement speed. Limited to... Well, no, we won't limit it to melee. If they want to buy short range with it and teleport and then use that, I'm fine with it. So...
The way I would word it, personally, is the default range of the teleport trait is the user's movement speed. This can be increased by purchasing range bands for the move, which will override your movement speed as its range.
You know, I like that. Override the movement range, because short range does eventually surpass movement range, but it does take a bit.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you wanted to use a ranged attack in conjunction with teleport, if you had the capacity and the experience to do so, to put it all in one move, technically there is still reason to do that, even if that would technically shorten the range of the teleport itself as well.
Do we want to have it set up where if you're using this as a ranged move, you cannot... The total range of both the teleport itself as well as the range that you are attacking at cannot exceed each other or something along those lines? Like, basically, say you buy the short range for it. You're at, we'll just say you're at 15 attributes, so it would be 35 feet. The average, or unless they picked up the Zoomies feat, that is 5 feet more than standard movement speed. So they could then teleport, say, 20 feet and use a ranged move to attack 15 feet away. Do we want it to work like that?
I'm sorry, my mic came down. I was briefly distracted.
Oh. Well, what
are you basically asking if we should have it work where the range is collective?
Yes.
And that,
That might actually be kind of good.
that might work for limiting it. I'm personally not fond of that.
I just feel like it'll be hard to distinguish whether it is a melee move or a ranged move if we don't. And I feel like melee users might get a little upset because technically ranged users would be double dipping then.
How
like,
so?
Because, like, if it's not the collective where, you know, you cannot exceed the full thing with the entire move, a melee user buys medium range, let's say. So they're going out there, they are attacking the enemy right next to them, and they've gone the full range of their medium range. Whatever that is. Let me pull it up. So medium range, 40 feet plus 10 feet per 5 attributes. So they're at 15 attributes. That would make it 70 feet that they could go. So a melee user purchases the medium range to be able to teleport further. They go their full 70 feet. And meanwhile, a ranged user, they teleport the 70 feet, and then they'd have 70 feet of actual range to attack with. Unless and that basically means, oh, they just got themselves a 140-foot range on their move. For the same cost that somebody that wants to use it for melee spent.
You have an excellent point.
Whereas if it's the collective there, it can still definitely be useful for a ranged character. Because it can be a very useful get out of dodge kind of thing where, oh shit, they're closing in on me, let me teleport away and then attack.
Yes, because the teleport takes place first. And if you use the big utility of this move is that you can use it either before or after your movement, and thus acquire more movement. Again, personally not super fond of the collective range thing, but at higher ranges, it makes more and more sense. Because a melee user is going to get immediate use out of teleport. A ranged user is not. A ranged user actually needs the range band plus teleport to make use of it. Whereas a melee user, by default, their movement is already usually better than the range band that they can get to start.
So Mala, what I'm suggesting is basically, like in that case with the 70 feet for medium range at 15 attributes. What I'm suggesting is they could, in the moment, decide, okay, I am teleporting over here, that is 30 feet, now I'm going to attack that target that is 40 feet away. Because that is the max that they could do.
And yeah, Era has a point. In most cases, ranged users will use the teleport to keep distance from melee folks. That is the one downside of doing collective, is because if you did it separately, it heavily incentivizes ranged. And allows them to escape and also attack at full distance, which is nice. But also that does, as you said, it shafts the melee users.
it shafts them, and it kind of makes it like, well, I've technically purchased... Like, sure, I purchased this planning to use my sword with it, but... Or Fire Claw, or whatever. But... Now... Well, technically I've got range with this move now. And that is just simply the best way to use it. Granted, they may not have much Sen to be able to fully use it, as opposed to they would probably have more Brawl. But, you know, it's still that kind of consideration there of... It's a very much a feels bad kind of situation for the melees.
I think one of the main reasons I do lean more towards the range being counted double, as we would put it, is because of a much earlier concern. I think it was Raijin who had earlier concerns about how much the system favors melee over ranged. But I don't remember if that's just traits wise or if there was just a lack of feats. But setting that aside, the collective range is probably the fairer way to do it, because using teleport regardless is still beneficial in this way.
So
Yeah.
here's a wild idea though of you could no because that would okay, so this would piss off everyone equally. Of you could just make it to where teleport cannot be used offensively.
Can't be part of an offensive move.
That kind of
Yeah,
ruins the
that would
entire...
piss off everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that would not work.
Us considering the pros and cons between melee and ranged, Vari, why don't we just throw out the whole argument?
Why don't we throw it all out and make everybody mad at us?
Yeah.
Like a true compromise.
But no, I'm thinking.
There is that third option, yes, Era, where they purchase the ranges separate. You can choose to purchase short range to buff your the teleport itself, or you can purchase the short range to allow you to attack at range.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea of just having it to where you have to, and this would justify having a cheaper teleport cost of having it to where you have to purchase range bands specifically for your teleports.
Yeah, we might go that route and just remove the movement speed on it altogether. Because we don't necessarily want to make short range entirely useless.
Yeah.
And there are ways around, like, it would take you to getting to attribute 10 to match it.
Right.
And then, you know, you get to attribute 15 and, oh, I picked up zoomies. Oh, well, now your movement speed is still faster than what short range can do.
So, do we want to include short range in teleport then?
That's... I would say no. The reason for it is simply like I could see a Fury move with teleport, but no range bands on it. So sure, you have to get yourself over next to them, but then you're teleporting 5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet, and you got all of the enemies in a row. You can do an attack on each one of them along the line, and that is just a cool idea. So I wouldn't say we include short range in it. Just keep them separate, and then if they want that range, it's only 10 XP.
Okay. So we are removing the out of combat utility and lowering the cost of it. I mean, that's fair, Era. That's basically giving yourself a 5-foot step.
Though, what do y'all mean by getting rid of the out of combat utility of it?
The out of combat utility of teleport as it stands is it allows you to teleport twice the range of it outside.
Oh, okay.
Since a teleportation primeval feature is going to be built, there's no reason to have that.
Okay.
I am still okay with the out of combat double movement range part of it. It could be, like, I don't think it's that powerful.
You could change it from quote unquote out of combat to not usable offensively. In the with the double range band, you can't attack somebody as a surprise attack.
We'll
Until
probably
you
put
get
in
within the first range band.
We'll probably put in that it
Probably.
is. You cannot. Yeah, we'll put in that it cannot be used offensively, but I still want it to be. It'll be both. You cannot use it offensively, and you cannot use it in combat, the extended range. Because if we were to put it in as just you cannot use it offensively, somebody's could be like, well, I'm not using it offensively, so I'm just going to teleport, 140 feet away.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Just watch as someone Enderman jaunts across the map.
Yeah, we don't need any Endermen.
Yeah. But meanwhile, putting in the can't use it offensively will also prevent them from using it as a sudden sneak attack from really far away. But now's the big question. How much do we make it cost? Because by default, it's going to be a whole whopping 5 feet of teleport. It can get very powerful with range bands. But by default, it's only 5 feet. And the advantage there is that no attacks of opportunity.
Well, if we're having it like that, I say 25 is fine. Because that would mean 35 in order to actually get it to be a short hop teleport, of which you would have to have
Yeah, I would have to agree with Era 30
Yeah.
minimum.
Yeah, I'm still on the 30 train, which also means that, technically speaking, you can just bloop right at the start.
Oh yeah, as a standard action at least, yeah.
Yeet.
Yeah. Okay.
And, like, say you put this in a dynamic move, Vari.
What about we meet in the middle with 27?
Vibrates intensely.
Oh, even with,
Oh,
with
that's
me,
cool.
my mind's
Yeah.
like, that feels wrong.
Up down.
Yeah.
Up down zoom.
Hey,
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have been, with all of these, we have been going specifically either multiple of 5 or multiple of 3.
It still feels wrong.
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of things that are, we've got things that are 6, things that are 12, 18.
Yeah, that's fine, but 27 feels.
Odd.
Yeah.
It feels very odd.
Why?
I like it. I like it.
It sure is odd, Ren. It's 27. It's an odd number.
God, again.
Part of me is wanting to just put it in anyways, just for the sake of everybody's reaction here.
Gosh.
Happy numbers that people like. Oh no.
Oh, gosh.
No.
Y'all
No,
want the
I
world
know.
to burn, don't you?
This is-
Burn.
Era, I will say, I am not one of those that specifically turned up the volume to quantity of 5. It's like, when I adjust the volume, I don't care what number it's at. I go with the number that feels good to me. But I do know that I am a minority on that one.
I'm also of that camp. I am perfectly fine with turning that up to 11.
The Legend 27.
Ah, yes, the turned it up to 11. Yes.
Okay. So...
I think you got your number.
Other than the number bothering you because of the number, are there strong objections to 27?
Oh.
Other than it probably makes many people feel old? No.
Why would it make them... What?
What, like someone 27 years old or something? What?
No. For the people who are older than 27.
Oh. Yeah.
I am
About it.
confused. Alright. So we're setting it to 27.
Why does that bother me? Why?
Because it's not a nice increment of 5.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Plus, it's an odd number.
Is it truly fine?
Sure it is, and it gives storytellers a reason to give their players weird experience numbers.
Mm.
I mean, that is something that I've been kind of suggesting to storytellers anyways is something up to 5 per session. It depends on how much they actually do in the session, but
yeah, I'm fine with it other than it being a weird number.
okay. So now for the details of it. Where is it down here? There it is. This trait grants the ability to teleport across the land when used. Probably should change that wording, because it's not that far. Not that it was ever that far anyways, but you know.
But doesn't that imply you can't teleport into the air?
If somebody wants to teleport into the air, I have no qualms with it.
Nice.
We have
Alright,
falling rules.
Nobody tell Nova. He's going to try and win against the sky.
No! No. Nova would just
fly.
phase into the 4th dimension.
Okay, messaging Tal right now.
Just getting a teleport move as a substitute for the ability to fly.
Nova would somehow phase himself into another dimension.
You misunderstand. Since he cannot run into the sky to charge, instead he has learned how to teleport in order to headbutt the sky.
Okay.
Hey, you don't get a say on this anymore, Ren. You're dead.
So heartless, trying to dissuade us.
That hurt.
That's
Get
the Ren.
wrecked.
Wow, that's a very Viv thing to say.
Wow! Master!
I think he's been learning.
I
The
have
world
been
is
spending a
doomed.
lot of time around Viv.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, we did get this quote from him, so...
Yeah.
Ah, yes, the quote master.
Gosh, having recently listened to that episode, how much you guys just got destroyed by that was fantastic.
I'm sorry that I laughed too much. I'm a giggly person.
That's one of the ones I know off the top of my head, without having to look at the document.
Why did that scare me?
Also, here's him have a thing.
Good/boy.
Yes.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Can I see what's going on?
That's up to Keith.
Can I see it, T? Please?
Because you said please.
Gib Gab, you are very quotable.
Yes, you are good.
Oh, Mala.
Adorable.
That is a lot more than the vast majority of the chat, Mala.
See, I think I only have one quote on my name.
You definitely have more than one.
I mean, yes, I was in other quotes, but I only have one quote that I made on my own.
Oh, I don't think that's what's being talked about. Also, I don't recall how many I have, but I know I have at least the one where, what is it, I wish you could help me in a way that matters, or whatever.
Yeah. I believe that's 238? Whoops. That's not the right thing. Yeah, 238.
Wonderful.
Yes, but Osman said that. I didn't say it myself. That's what I mean.
Oh.
Yes, I am in other people's quotes.
No, I'm talking about my, like, myself.
Oh, okay.
In comparison.
Miscommunication then. My bad.
Yeah.
I still love how much SCAR has infiltrated Recallers, though.
What do you mean by that, though?
I think
Oh,
at
the
least 3 or 4 times a session, somebody's like, man, I want to use assist, or can I do this roll
Yeah.
instead, or things along those
Or,
lines.
man, I wish I had the punishment feat.
Oh, I'm not even counting punishment feat, but then that is a lot.
You can taste that. I remember that one.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just quote hunting.
I am, you know, I think I'll put into the feat description that if no target is available, it will wait for the next available target. For in the case of a storyteller that tells way too many puns. Because it would just be funny for you to be sitting there, you know, running a game, and you have just told so many puns that you've built up like a 200 damage debt, and you finally throw a boss at them, and they're like, hey, storyteller, we're using our punishment debt.
Oh,
You worked so hard making this boss, and suddenly, poof. Yes, they were funny, yes. However,
What
yes.
Oh.
The quotes decide what is very appropriate for the situation, and thus they are sentient.
Wait, what?
What do you mean, wait, what?
What? Why is what's in store for me the honor of being quote 200?
And then the quote 200. Wait, is there no quote 1?
When I was
Oh.
moving the quotes over to the newest system, there was, I decided partway through that I wanted to change how I was doing them. And so I removed quote 1 and re-added it with the, where it happened. I didn't know the dates, but, like those would have been during Fists of Furry. And instead of replacing quote 1, it just made a new quote.
And this quote 1 is forever cursed and cannot be repeated. That is a quote somewhere.
It is one of the quotes, one of the early quotes. I don't know which one, but yeah.
I think you didn't make that a quote. Of what Demon just said.
Well, it's already a quote, what I just said. I just
Oh.
don't remember where it is at.
Oh.
You want a box card? What do you mean by that, Gift Gab?
And there you go, Mala. You got another quote.
And adding it to the document.
Oh.
Alright, how does that look, Key?
Let's see. That seems fine to me.
I don't think I missed anything with that.
I don't think you did either.
Okay. Oh. It's like every time quote 200 comes around, the other 200 quotes attached to it comes around as well.
And another quote to the document.
Wait, what?
Oh no.
I mean, the moth is doing it to himself at this point.
Yeah, he kept saying how he didn't have that many quotes, so now I'm making all the quotes of him.
And another point to the Ren break. Now you better be careful, because the next quote is 369.
Wait, is it? It is! Who ain't broken? Who even knows? Plus one.
Good night, Mala.
Night night, Mala.
Red broken. Whoever even knows. +2.
Alright, on to the teleportation primeval feature. If people are ready.
I'm sorry.
So, I do believe I'm gonna hop off. Y'all
Okay.
have a good rest of the night.
Thanks for your help.
Bye.
Have a good
Bye.
night.
I also, unfortunately, need to go and make dinner and get ready for bed.
Oh.
I know.
We finally get to the fun thing. You're gonna grow.
I'm
Right.
sorry. Have a good night.
I will
and
drown
wish
my
you luck.
sorrows with cottage cheese.
Enjoy your cottage cheese.
It actually is really good. I swear if you're about to say you're heading out too.
No. I was gonna say for to Ido. I think I agree on that, Ido. I need to update my laughing emote. the way I laugh, it does not do the justice. I didn't think I would ever laugh this hard while streaming or being on the stream. That one works. That one works, Master.
And now, quote for Ren laughs. You are now.
Ren.
Yes, Master.
Who's a good boy?
I am. Yep,
Oh, you my good boy.
yes.
My good little cobalt.
Yes, Master, yes.
No, I don't.
Good.
I am a good boy, Master. I am. Yep.
Alright, I think I'm gonna call it for this DevTales session.
I'm sorry, Master.
It's okay. I'll just go do games instead, all by myself, because everybody's leaving me.
I'm still here. And Demon's still here too.
But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us today for this DevTales stream, as well as the Art Marten stream earlier. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as coming by, hanging out, picking up packs of cards to stream loots, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or subscribing to us over on Stream Loots as well as YouTube. But for now, thank you so much for joining, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Bye-bye.